We are going to create the first pay head into the pay head creation. So I'm going to be click the pay heads and then create. So the first one is basic salary. I'm going to be type here the basic salary, and the pay head type is, there are 7 type. The first one is deduction from employees. It means that if you have the deduction from the employees, we have to choose the deduction from employees. The earning for employees mean the allowance and the basic salary should select the earning for employees. The third one is employee stationery deduction. It is the text deduction. We should be choose the employees stationery deduction. The other one is employees stationery contribution. It means that provided fund, we have to be choose employee based on the provided fund. We have to choose the employer stationery contribution. Gratuity and the reimbursement, it is the end of the employees left from the organization, we have to be calculate. Other one is loan in advance. It's if the employees take the loan in advance, we have to choose the loan in advance. So the basic salary is the earning for the employees, so I'm going to be choose the earning for employees. So that it is coming under the indirect expenses, because the company is not product or produce anything else, we have to choose the indirect expenses. And affected net salary, it should be affected, so I'm going to be choose the yes. And the name to appear in the pay slip, basic salary, that's also correct. And use the gratuity, no. And then calculation type, I'm going to be explain one by one. As a computed value mean, if it is the based on the percentage, we have to become calculate, we have to choose the as computed value. The second one is as user defined value mean, every time if the user enter the value, that's called that as user defined value. The third one is flat rate. It means that a fixed rate we have to choose. And then fourth one is based on the attention, and fifth one is on a production base. So the basic salary is based on the attendance. I'm going to be choose the on attendance. So attendant live with the pay, I am going to be choose the attendance primary, okay, because we have already created this attendance type. So the basic salary based on the attendance we have calculated, so I'm going to be choose the attendant. Then calculation period is month, based on the month we are going to provide the salary. And the calculation basis as per the calendar period, every calendar end of the date we have to be provide the salary, so I'm going to be choose as per the calendar period. And the next one is rounding method is a normal rounding. The limit mean 1. It means that if it is come the decimal value, we have to be round as a 1. So I'm going to be accept yes. Second one is dearness allowance, so I'm going to be type here dearness allowance. Dearness allowance. The allowance and the basic salary should be choose the earning for the employees, because it's earning for the employees. So the second one is under, it is coming under the indirect expenses for the company. It means that company's type we have to be choose, it is indirect expenses for the company. Then affected net salary, yes. Then name to appear the pay slip, dearness allowance. Use for the gratuity, we are not going to be calculate the gratuity, so I'm going to be choose the no. Calculation type, the dearness allowance, if you can see here, the dearness allowance, a percentage for the basic salary, so we have to be choose the computed value as computed value. It means that if we calculate the dearness allowance based on the percentage, we have to be choose the as computed value. I'm going to be choose the as computed value, and then we have to be choose the rounding is normal rounding, and the limit is 1. It means that limited within 1, right? And then next one, the compute percentage on current deduction total. The dearness allowance percentage calculate on current deduction total, no. The on current earning total, no. On current subtotal, no. But we have to be give the specific formula. So I'm going to be choose the specified formula, because the dearness allowance calculate based on the basic salary percentage. So I'm going to be choose on a specific formula. If you enter the specific formula, the list of pay head will come. So I'm going to be choose the basic salary, because the dearness allowance calculate based on the basic salary. So I'm going to be choose the basic salary. Then end of the list, you can see here effective from, and then percentage, it is not value the percentage, so I'm not putting the percentage value. So enter, then accept, yes. So we have created the dearness allowance. The next one is house rent allowance. So I'm going to be type house rent allowance. It is the allowance and the basic salary should enter into the earning for the employees. I'm going to be choose the earning for the employees. It is indirect expenses for the company, so I'm going to be choose the indirect expenses. It is affected in the net salary, so I'm going to be choose yes. The name of appear in the pay slip, house rent allowance, yes. Use for the gratuity, no. The calculation type, you can see here the house rent allowance percentage based on the basic salary, so I'm going to be choose the compute value as a computed value. Then the rounding is normal rounding and limited 1, it means that limited within 1. Then the compute value based on the specific formula we are going to provide for them. So a specific formula, it's based on the basic salary, so I'm going to be choose the basic salary, because the house rent allowance based on the basic salary percentage, so I'm going to be choose basic salary. End of the list. Then I'm going to be choose the percentage. I'm going to put the later the percentage amount, then yes. The next one is a food allowance. I'm going to be type here food allowance. Food allowance. The food allowance also one of the earning for the employees, as I informed that allowance and the basic salary should be choose the earning for the employees, and then it is the indirect expenses for the company and affected the next salary, yes. The food allowance, it should be show into the pay slip appear name, and also use of gratuity, no. And then calculation type, you can see here the food allowance is per month. It means that per month fixed amount we are going to provide. So I'm going to be choose the flat rate. Flat rate means fixed amount we are going to be enter. So I'm going to be choose the flat rate. Then calculation period is a month based we are going to provide the salary, and rounding is normal rounding, the limit is 1, and then enter and accept, yes. Food allowance finish. Then medical allowance, I'm going to be type here. The next pay head is medical allowance. Medical allowance, and pay head type is, it is also one of the earning for the employees. I'm going to be choose the earning for the employees. Then it is coming under the indirect expenses for the company expenses. It is affected in the net salary, yes. It should be show in the medical allowance in the pay slip. Gratuity, no. The medical allowance is a fixed rate, so I'm going to be choose the flat rate, fixed amounts of flat rate, and the calculation period based on the month, and then rounding is normal rounding, the value is limit is 1, and yes. The next one is employees are provided fund. It means that EPF, so I'm going to be type in the short EPF, okay, and it is for the deduction from the employees. The fund will be choose the deduction from employees because we have deducted this amount, and we will provide for them in the end of the service. So that's what I'm going to be choose the deduction from the employees, and it is one of the current liabilities for the company. So I'm going to be choose that the current liability because we have deducted from the employee's salary, and the end of the service we are going to provide. So this is one of the current liability, so I'm going to be choose the current liability. And affect net salary, yes, and the name of appear in the payslip EPF, and then calculation is EPF percentage for the basic salary and DA allowance. It means that percentage on basic salary as well percentage on dearness allowance. So there are two pay head percentage we have to be choose. So I'm going to be select as computed value, and normal rounding, and limit is 1. The compute based on the specific formula I'm going to be choose, and then first one is basic salary, we are going to put the percentage, and the next one is add pay head because you can see the EPF is base percentage for the basic salary plus percentage of dearness allowance. So there are two pay heads we have to choose. So I'm going to be add another pay head, it is the dearness allowance. In this dearness allowance also we have to be choose the percentage, so I'm going to be put end of the list. The next one is percentage, then yes. The next one is income tax. I'm going to be type here income tax. It is coming under the employees stationery deduction because on behalf of the employees we have to be give that for the company. So that's what I'm going to be choose the employees stationery deduction, and it is coming under the duties and tax. And also the affect net salary, yes, name of the appear in the payslip income tax, and the rounding value is normal rounding and 1. The computer based on the specific formula. So the income tax based on the basic salary, I'm going to be choose the based on the basic salary, so I'm going to choose the basic salary, end of the list, and then percentage I will not put here, and yes. So the next one is house loan. It is fixed per month, so I'm going to be type here house loan. The employee got that advance from the company, that's called the house loan. So the amount is coming under the type of loan and advance because he took the money from the company, so we have to be choose the loan and advance, and it is the assist for the companies because we have to give for them the loan, so we have to be recover that loan. So that's one of the assets for the company, so I'm going to be choose loan and advance assets. And it is a affect net salary, yes, the name of the pay slip house loan, and then calculation is house loan the per month, it means that fixed amount, so I'm going to be choose a flat rate, and then the calculation period is month, and rounding is normal rounding, and limit is 1, and I'm going to be save yes. Next one is the traveling allowance. So I'm going to be type the traveling allowance. Traveling allowance. The allowance in the basic salary, it's earning for the employees. So I'm going to be choose the earning for the employees. It is coming under the indirect expenses for the company expenses. So affected net salary, yes. The name of the appear in the pay slip traveling allowance, and gratuity not apply. Calculation type is a flat rate, because the traveling allowance based on the basic salary, percentage based on the basic salary. So I'm going to be choose not flat rate, I'm going to be choose the I'm going to be press the back key. So I'm going to be choose as computed value, and it is rounding is normal rounding. I'm going to be choose, so the limit is 1, and then enter the computer based on the specific formula, and the pay head is basic salary, and end of the list, then percentage, then accept yes. The next one is education loan. So I'm going to be type the education loan. Education loan, it means that the company provide the loan for the employees education loan. So it is coming under the loan and advance, and it is coming under the loan and advance assessed. It is assessed for the company, current assessed for the company. So I'm going to choose the loan and advance assessed. It is affect net salary, yes. Name of the appear in the pay slip education loan. Calculation type, you can see here the calculation type fixed per month. So flat rate I'm going to be choose. Then the calculation period is month, not day, month, and the rounding method is normal rounding. The limit is 1, then yes. So now we have entered all the pay head into the pay head creation. So now we have done the employees a pay head creation in Tally. We have done, so I'm going to be mark it. So the next one is employee salary details. We have to be create into the Tally. So I'm going to be do the salary details. We have to be enter into the Tally. So I'm going to be go to the Tally, and we have done the pay head creation. So I'm going to be press the escape key, and then we have to be enter the salary details. So I'm going to choose the salary details and create the salary details. First we are going to be enter the first person is purchase department Ansar. I'm going to be enter the salary details for the Ansar. I'm going to choose the Ansar. You can see here effective from 2nd of March 2010, because his joining date is 2nd of March 2010. The first one is Ansar's basic salary 50,000. So I'm going to be choose the basic salary, press enter, then the rate is 50,000. So I'm going to enter 50,000. The second one is dearness allowance. So I'm going to choose the dearness allowance. I enter into the keyboard, it is move to the next part or next pay head, but we cannot put the rate. If we want to be put the rate, we have to be enter F12 key into the keyboard, and we have to be choose the allow to override slab percentage. I'm going to type yes, then only we can able to put that the percentage into the box. So I'm going to choose yes. So now you can choose the dearness allowance. The rate you can enter right now if you change the setting. So I'm going to enter the percentage. What's the percentage for him? 25%. So I'm going to be enter 25%. The third one is house rent allowance. So I'm going to choose the house rent allowance. House rent allowance is 20%. So I'm going to be enter 20%. Then food allowance 5,000. Food allowance of 5,000. I'm going to enter food allowance of 5,000. The next one is medical allowance 3,000. Medical allowance I'm going to choose 3,000. The next one is EPF 50%. EPF 50%. 50% basic salary and also dearness allowance 50%. So I'm going to enter. The next one is income tax 10%. So I'm going to choose the income tax 10%. The next one is house loan 5,000. House loan I'm going to choose 5,000. The next one is traveling allowance 12%. Traveling allowance 12%. Then there is no education loan for the answer, so I'm going to be press end of the list. After that I'm going to be accept yes. So we have done the salary details for the answer. The next one is Manjula. I'm going to enter the salary details for the Manjula. So I'm going to choose the Manjula. Then the pay head is first is basic salary 45,000. So I'm going to be choose the basic salary 45,000. The second one is dearness allowance 20%. I'm going to choose the dearness allowance 20%. The next one is house rent allowance 50%. 15%. House rent allowance 15%. Then food allowance of 4,000. Food allowance 4,000. The next one is medical allowance 3,000. So I'm going to choose the medical allowance 3,000. And EPF 12%. EPF I'm going to be choose 12%. The next one is income tax 10%. Income tax 10%. The next one is house loan 6,000. House loan 6,000. I'm going to be enter. But the Manjula did not take education loan or traveling allowance, so I'm going to be press end of the list. After that accept yes. So now we have done the salary details. Before going to alter the payroll voucher, we are going to enter the opening balance of the company. So I'm going to be enter the opening balance of the company. The first one, cash on hand 200,000. So I'm going to be enter. So go to the accounts info and ledger. Under the ledger, single ledger creation as usual. So the cash on hand, the cash account, it's a default account. I'm going to be press the page up key up to getting the cash account. So it's a coming. So the amount is how much? The amount is 200,000. I'm going to be enter 200,000 debit. And then the second one is ICICI Bank 500,000. The company policy to provide the salary through the ICICI Bank. So I'm going to be enter the ICICI Bank. ICI Bank. It is coming under the bank account. So I'm going to choose the bank accounts. The amount is 500,000. Yes. The next one is the capital 700,000. So I'm going to be type the capital under the capital account. So it's 700,000. So you can see the debit equals to credit, so enter yes. So now I'm going to back payroll information, and now I'm going to be select the voucher type. So in this case, you know that the final process is create the payroll voucher. So I'm going to be put the yellow color. So I'm going to choose in this payroll voucher type. I'm not create the voucher, but I'm going to be alter the payroll voucher. So I'm going to click the alter. So you can see the attendance, payment, and the payroll. I'm going to alter the payroll voucher. So I'm going to be choose the payroll voucher. Under the payroll voucher, I'm going to change the first name of the class. I'm going to type the company policy employee salary or salary, and include this group. I'm going to enter the end of list, then include this group. I'm going to be enter end of the list, but the ledger name is ICICI Bank, because I'm going to be default the ICICI Bank for the payroll salary purpose. I'm going to be default the ICICI Bank into the Tally software. So that's what I'm going to be choose the ICICI Bank into the payroll voucher. So then enter accept. Now we have done all the basic setting and the process we have done into the payroll process in the Tally. So now we are going to pay the salary to the employees. How can we provide the salary? I'm going to press the escape key into the keyboard and come to the gateway of Tally, and you can see in the company details the transaction during the period April 30 salary paid to employees, the salary amount credited to the individual employees account of the ICICI Bank, employees attendance for the month of April. So the company given the salary based on the attendance. So the employees attendance, weekend leave, festival leave, a personal leave, Ansar 24 days attendance, Manjula 24 days, the weekend leave 4, and the festival leave 9, and 1 day the personal leave 2, 1. So we have to be enter these information, the attendance details into the Tally. Now we are going to look at how can we enter the attendance. So the first I'm going to open the Tally. You can see here. So go to the payroll voucher. So then I'm going to choose the attendance. So how can we choose the attendance? You can click here, otherwise you can press Ctrl plus F5. Ctrl plus F5. If you press, the attendance voucher creation will come. So now I'm going to set the date. So press F2 key, and I'm going to be put the date, the attendance date 13 of April. So the 13th of April is the attendance day, because we are going to provide the April salary, and now we are going to enter the attendance for the each employees. So the first one is Ansar. I'm going to be choose the Ansar, the attendance 24 days, the attendance 24 days. I'm going to be press 24. The second one is I'm going to select again Ansar, then weekend day leave 4 days. So weekend day leave 4 days, then festival leave 9. So I'm going to choose again Ansar, festival leave the 0, okay, 0. Then personal leave 2 days. So I'm going to again choose the Ansar, the personal leave 2 days. So then Ansar attendance finish. Now I'm going to be choose the Manjula. So I'm going to choose the Manjula, the attendance how many days, attendance 24 days. I'm going to be type 24 days. Again I'm going to choose the Manjula. Then weekend day leave 4 days, so weekend day leave 4 days. And then I'm going to be festival leave 1 day, so I'm going to be enter Manjula festival leave 1 day. And then final one is personal leave Manjula 1 day, so the personal leave I'm going to choose a Manjula again, personal leave 1 day. So then I'm going to be save yes. Now we are going to select the payroll payment voucher, so I'm going to be press Ctrl plus F4. So as I told you that we have already created one payroll voucher, that's a called company policy salary. We have already created because we created for the purpose of the ICICI Bank is a default, so that's what. So I'm going to choose the company policy salary payroll and I'm going to be enter. Now you can see that ICICI Bank is a default, it's a fixed bank because we are going to pay the salary through the ICICI Bank, so that's what company policy salary payroll I'm going to choose. Now I'm going to be select the persons of the salary, so I'm going to be press Alt plus A. So first upon I have to be set the date for the employees of filter month, so I'm going to be pay 1st April 2018 to 13 April 2018. We are going to choose the all the employees, so I'm going to choose the all the items. If you want to be pay the Ansar, you can choose Ansar. If you want to pay Manjula, you can choose the Manjula, but I'm going to be choose the all the items, so I'm going to be choose the all the item, then enter. So you can see that the Ansar net amount 62,850 and Manjula 49,111. Now we have already calculated all the people's salary. Ansar 62,850 as well Manjula 49,111 and the total amount 111,961. So I'm going to be enter. If you have the check number, you can enter here, you can enter the check number, otherwise you can enter yes. So then now we have done the salary for these two people. Now we are going to look at that pay slip for each employees. How can we look at that? I'm going to be press the escape key and come to the report. Under the display you can choose that payroll report. Under the payroll report you can choose statement of the payroll, then you can press the pay slip, and if you want the Ansar you can press Ansar. So you can see here the basic salary 46,667, the dearness allowance, house rent allowance, food allowance, medical allowance, traveling allowance, total amount the earning 81,267. The deduction is EPF deduction, income tax, house loan deductions, total is 18,417. The net amount 60,850 is the Ansar amount. The details you can see, the bank details, the location, everything you can see. As well, if you want to be check the Manjula, you can check the details. Payslip for April 2018 Manjula and the details, and his basic salary, dearness allowance, house rent allowance, food allowance, medical allowance, EPF deduction for the employee, EPF, income tax, house loan. So the net amount 49,111 rupees. So I'm going to be press escape key. If you want to be get that payment advice, you can press the payment advice. I'm not connect the printer, so I'm going to be save this document to my desktop. I'm going to be choose yes. So I'm going to be choose the desktop. Under the desktop I'm going to be type payslip, right, save. So now I'm going to be open this document, the payslip. This is the document. Payroll payment advice. The manager ICICI Bank. Dear sir, payment advisor from payroll. Con for the period April 1st April 2018 to 30 April 2018. Please make the payroll transfer from above current the below mentioned account numbers toward employee salary details, and then details and the total amount. So now we understand everything about the payroll process and how can we send the payment advice to the bank.